Our savior came to us from the stars.
この番組はご覧のスポンサーの提供でお送りします。
And here we are. Hello folks, how are you all doing? It's been quite a while, isn't it? There isn't as many of you as back then, but I guess we'll have to make do with for now. Yes, good day to all of you, hello. It's been 24 hours, well, it's been 24 hours. You know the difference between the debut day, which is yesterday, and today's chill day is a little different, a little stark difference, by the way. It feels much more chill. Oh, by the way, I got this new table. I managed to send it all the way to the, to the outer space. It is currently floating with me, and crap, hang on. There we go. Yeah, it is currently with me, and I have a drink. Cheers to each and every one of you for the successful debut. And as for how I feel right now, honestly, it doesn't feel really different. But I guess at some point you'll get used to it, in a way. And yes, space table, it's a thing. I have no idea how the delivery guys manage it, but now I have a table to have a chill chat moment with each and every one of you. This is quite something, isn't it? So, how are you all today? I see some of you made it late. That's fine. Take a seat. Let's talk. It's quite an interesting time. I just got back from class, the first day of class, and nothing much feels different, even especially after you debuted. Even though yesterday I was extremely tense, now that you've done it right, you know, now that you've actually gone past through a very heavy moment, a heavy debut moment, how do I put this? It feels like a big relief, you know, like a big release of something out of your body. I don't know what you humans call it, but hey. You drank milk tea after karaoke, and you have maximum regret. Would you like to describe your experience with all of us? Ren, Joe. And is my armor inspired by an animal? When I decided to commission this armor quite some time ago. How do I put this? I only gave the description to Falco. You know, he is a concept designer, so he has to make the concept of my body armor first before I hand it over to Ash in order to make it more HD. I never told him anything about animal related. I just told them that I want the armor big as a space marine with gold and horns and shit. That was my exact description. And he come up with the design, the concept design, which is a basic form of this one, and Ash came up with the rest. So there's a story. UPS does wonders. Yeah, it's quite interesting, isn't it? Your throat is dead. I've never actually drank milk after karaoke. Not implying anything that I am good at singing. But such is what's the word for it? Such is the situation, I suppose. I have never actually. I normally drank water straight after karaoke, so not dairy products, right? So I don't really know how you feel. But then granted, as a robot, maybe my throat doesn't feel anything when I drink stuff. I mean, technically, I am not having coffee or tea right now. I am having sake. It's night, and tomorrow is online classes. Yes, there is internet in outer space. So, go figure. Premium Gold Space Marine. I like the sound of it. I absolutely love the sound of it. Speaking of which, it's quite interesting, you know. Even though technically I came back to class after a long summer holiday. For art school, mind you. Yes, I told you guys I have an art school last time. But we have one more week before we have to hand over all our assignments. And then it's a transition period. And the next thing, yeah, it's a transition period, and the next thing you know, we have another 2 weeks holiday before we enter a new semester. So I have no idea why is there a, I have no idea why is there a summer holiday, and then a 1 week period of school, and then another 2 weeks holiday to wait and hand over your late assignments before they transition into a, you know, a new semester. Let's see. Would you show your assignments to us? Unfortunately, in a majority of my assignments, you see, I don't go to art school donning this armor. Yeah, so to spill the beans, I have another form that is, you know, not part of this armor. So I do take off the armor and the helmet going to art school without anybody knowing who exactly I am. So I put my real name there because when I register, I have to put in my real name, and all my assignments have my real name in there. So even though I would like to show you my assignments, my real name is also written there, so I can probably crop it, but perhaps sometime in the future. There is internet and outer space rates are out of this world. I don't really feel it. I come from the mercantile family back in my home world, so, you know, we kind of just pay for it. The internet, that is. Which is why I'm capable of streaming even though we are from outer space. Spectrum really got internet out I'm not sure what you're referring to by Spectrum, but if it's a internet provider, I'm not familiar with it, I'm sorry. The internet provider I am using is a Japanese one. They are really good with this stuff. So yeah. You cannot just receive sweet stuff. Have you tried unsweetening milk? I know what I said. Unsweetening milk works wonders. Truly it does. Oh, what's other story do I remember? Ah, yes. In preparation for all this debut, for example, you know, the whole thing the whole debut yesterday, and the conception of this channel, the character and all of that. It took me 6 months, maybe no more actually, 7 to 8 months to realize everything. It has been one heck of a long journey, you know. Finding the right people, finding the right artists, gathering together friends who are interested in making this project a reality. And finally we are here. It's been uphill, but I would like to think that from now on, everything is going to, you know, everything is going to be just fine. Everything is going to go up, and everything will just, you know, stay upwards. It's a good thing to be alive. I've been living for, yeah, it's a very good thing to be alive. And I could see myself only going upwards indeed. Have been fighting for too long back for my home world, and for once I am just glad to be able to relax with each and every one of you. Let's see. No, not sweeten. The milk. You unsweeten the milk. You know, you do it by separating the sweet and the milk. Therefore, you get unsweetened milk. I believe you can do it with normal milk. Yes, glad to meet you as well. I am glad that I made it. So after yesterday's high tension stream, where I noticed after watching the archive version, by the way, I sound higher than normal. This is actually my regular talking voice, but yesterday I was like la-di-da because I was extremely tense, which is unusual because I've given plenty of public speeches in my life before, but I have no idea why this thing, this streaming thing, especially as a virtual character, it unnerves me a little bit. I think it's a question that I'm never going to get an answer for. But at the same time, I don't think I would like to know the answer either, because if it's breaking any status quo, I probably don't want to do it. What's here? How do you unsweeten the milk? As I described earlier, have a glass, for example. You fill the glass with milk, and then you use your hand. You use your wiggly fingers. You get the milk from the inside by touching the milk, and then you remove the sweet from the milk. It works for me. Is lactose a form of glucose? I am afraid I'm not familiar with that term, so I'm not sure how to give you an answer. But I have heard of the term lactose intolerant, which comes from humans who basically have low tolerance for milk. They get a very allergic reaction when drinking dairy products. But human biology and the things that humans consume and all that is still very new to me. But I guess you don't really feel allergic once you have a robotic body like mine. I wonder how it feels to have an allergy. From what some humans told me about it, it's annoying. The things you talk about in space, though, it can get very something. Streaming is more freestyle, and public speech. Oh yeah, public speech, you have an idea of what you want to talk about at least. Streaming is more freestyle. I guess so. I never actually gave it a thought now that you have a point. I suppose that when streaming is more freestyle, you have to come up with things on the spot. Whereas if you have seen my lore video, I spent an entire lifetime doing nothing but fight, and fight. So, and the speeches I made back in my homeworld are normally the heroic types, the, uplifting types, and the, emboldening types, which are meant to impress the troops. So right now, when it comes to idle chatter, I admit I am not very good with coming up with topics on the spot, but at least I could try. There's always a beginning for everybody. Glucose is blood sugar as a diabetic glucose. Ah. Oh. New things to learn every day, I suppose. I like it. Because yesterday I did mention that I would like humans to teach me more of their world, their things, their culture and everything. And it doesn't necessarily has to be from the nation of Japan itself. It could be everything. How many languages can I speak? Well, currently I am using the most commonly used known language in Earth as we are speaking. Saya juga bisa berbahasa Indonesia, ya, karena manajer saya memang dari Indonesia. Jadi dengan sedemikian, saya juga memiliki kemampuan berbahasa Indonesia. Tapi orang sering bilang kalau bahasa Indonesia saya terlalu baku. Dan karena saking bakunya dan saking suaranya nge-bass, dibilang orang kadang mereka nggak bisa mendengar gua ngomong apa. Jadi ngomongnya mesti lebih keras-keras gitu loh. I am also capable of... because I am currently studying in Osaka, I have to learn Japanese, but Japanese is one of those languages that you don't speak every day. That you don't speak so easily, so... 毎日は日本語を話せるとか、ゆっくりゆっくり日本語をもっとしてくって、ゆっくり上達ですね。多分、Well, I forgot what I want to say. You gotta focus back on what it was interesting. It was interesting meeting you. Alright, take care at work. Don't worry about me. I'll just be here in outer space, drinking sake, which I must say this is pretty interesting sake. It says here Oni Koroshi, right? You know what that means? Basically, it's just straight up saying demon sake, which is interesting because you can just buy this demon sake in the nearby Japanese convenience store, and it really warms up the body, which is nice because in outer space it's really cool, you know. So what are you guys having for a drink? Yeah, what are you all having for a drink? When you stream, you usually talk about the game you are playing, or let's just steer the subject of the conversation. That is, I suppose, something that you have to pick up in the long run. Plain water is the best, of course. I can agree with that. Plain water is always nice. Oh. Interesting story, right? Speaking about video games, if you guys have checked my schedule, right? You know that I'll be streaming Bannerlord on Wednesday. It's one of those games where I have been highly anticipating for quite some time, especially since I am well versed with the video games of Earth. And if you know Bannerlord, right, it's basically this medieval slasher kingdom building simulator. It's, Mount and Blade Bannerlord. When before Bannerlord came out, I used to play the earlier version of the game called Warband, and I think I played that for years, right? And in Warband, you can pretty much do anything. You can be a mercenary, you can be a knight of an army, you can even be a king if you know how to unlock the ways to do it. You can get married, have a child, and all that jazz. It's one of those. I think it's better to basically watch me play the game on Wednesday to see how it goes, right? Because it's one of those games where you can do plenty of things and you get lost track of time. Although I do miss playing Warband, yeah. But because we are playing the newer version, which is banned a lot, where there are plenty more interesting things in there since Warband, I am looking forward to showing each and every one of you while I play Warband. Sorry, I mean where I play Ban a lot, because, you know, it's going to be really nice. What's this? You don't stream anymore, but you do MC sometimes. Always easier to keep talking when people interact and give you talking points to bounce off. That's actually an interesting part to, how should I put this? Talk about. Oh yeah, Ren. I promised to show you something, right? Which I capitalize on the joke. So whenever you are ready, I am going to show you right now. What do you say? All right. Give me a moment. Actually, I played this much earlier, right? Because I wanted this to be a thing where whenever somebody comes to my stream or watch my stream, I want them to feel like they are looking at a super robot show. So the MV, I made it a shorter version, right? Where it is TV size, but with a little twist at the back. So here, I'll show you. I'll just show you.
Our saber can
Give me a moment. There you are. Now take a look at this.
to
I'll just
us,
fast forward.
Robuster.
This この番組はご覧のスポンサーの提供でお送りします。
How do you like that, Red? Yup. Told you. Probably capitalize on it. We talk about we somehow managed to talk about RoboHub yesterday. A little too short for TV size. Yeah, that's because that video is supposed to play at the beginning of the stream. And I have to, you know, I have to play it a bit because Gio came in late in here. And back in Discord, I, you know, oops, forgot the music. And back in Discord, I promised to tell him that because he wants to hold into the RoboHub joke, I have to capitalize on it. Because, you know, it's fun. Yeah. So, hi there, welcome. By the way, I think it's my first time seeing you here. Merely a casual fan. Welcome, welcome. Thank you for coming for the first time. But if you're interested in seeing the full TV size, which is not just a clip, come to the next stream. I have a schedule up, you know, in my Twitter, which should be down in the descriptions. Yes, correct, of course. Man, capitalizing on a joke is surely something. Glad you enjoyed it though. Probably when we have a bigger audience, maybe this joke will translate very well. Because you know, it will be like doing a comedy show. Yeah, you will be doing like a comedy show where instead of doing stand up, right? You just talk to people like this, and you show them funny clips, funny original clips, mind you. Welcome to the virtual. Oh, hey, thank you. Rogers 94. Okay. Cornelius, evening. Good evening to you. Good evening to you. Welcome, welcome. We are just I plan to end the free talk session in half an hour because I don't want to take all your precious time too long, right? It's good to have short and sweet streams once in a while. So, by the way, anything interesting happening to each and every one of you? Is anything interesting happening today, or yesterday, or stuff? Funny stories, whatsoever. You are nostalgic for old 80s and 90s mecha anime. We will probably be talking a lot about that since this channel is already up. One of my ideas was to make a talk show section, right? Like setting up a talk show where we discuss like 80s, 90s super robo animes and tokusatsu, right? You probably know your Kamen Rider and you probably know your Super Sentai, but how many of you know what Kaiketsu Zubat is? If you don't, that is probably going to be the first topic in a possible talk show. It's currently still in the blueprints, right? But things like Keiji Robo, Kaiketsu Zubat, and how many of you know old metal heroes like John Person? Yeah. May I have your blueprints? My blueprints are top secret. Thank you. There was a massive ACG. There is anime, comic, and games. I believe it was in the human nation of Malaysia. Did I spell that correctly? Anime, comic, and games, right? Yeah, I believe it so. Say your name. No. Moving on. But yeah, ACG. I think I have somebody there. Not somebody. I think I know someone who went there. An old friend of mine. I believe his I believe his name was Nitin Shura, right? So Nitin went to ACG, and I believe in his words he went there virtually. And he has been sharing pictures of him going to the event virtually. But also it's a pictures of his friends giving the middle finger to his avatar. I don't know why they did it to him, but I guess it's a human joke that I'll never understand. I'll attempt to understand it, of course, but we shall see. You have to go in some Galactic Patrols. Take care and make sure you don't break anything. And come back next time if you can. You might have heard of that name. Yeah, apparently he has been streaming longer than I do. If you do encounter by the Vtuber by the name of Nitin Shura, feel free to say that Gold Guardian says hi. I would probably like to enjoy talking with him again someday because I haven't met him for quite some time. Man. getting very melancholic getting very melancholic all of a sudden. Oh, that's nice. We went from a few viewers to eight now. I went to the Osaka version of Akihabara last time. I believe it's called Dendenmachi, Denden Town. It is not as big as the Akihabara in Tokyo, but it's still very interesting place because it's smaller, so all the shops are bunched together, and I can freely go to wherever I want. And I believe I saw very interesting stuff in there, so I went to an old DVD shop in Dendenmachi. And there's this DVD shop where they have nothing but golden age mecha animes, from left and right. And do you know, it's less crowded. Yes, it's less crowded. You shall give him your regards. Thank you. It is less crowded. But when I say less crowded, this was before the pandemic happened, I think. No, wait, no. Actually, this was still a few months ago. But there's more tight control on the in Osaka for the pandemic emergencies, right? So you don't really see that much people, which is sad, because that place actually used to be crowded. And even though it's less crowded than Akihabara, it's still crowded because, there are plenty of nerds. And with plenty of nerds comes plenty of revenue. I have no idea how, but some people just have a lot of money. And that even surprises me. Yes, it's quite a collection. And do you know Kinnikuman, right? There is a helmet belonging to a character there called Robin Mask. And his helmet, which is a collectible made from actual steel, right, was on display in the shop. You can buy it, but it's going to cost you like 60,000 yen for a real Robin Mask steel helmet. And the funny part is they actually played a video showing that the helmet is real steel, but I think they are a bit reckless with it, because in the video, here's the thing. They want to sell this collectible, right? 60,000 yen, real steel mask, right? Of the character Robin Mask. But to prove that it's real steel, the guys in the video put on the helmet, went to a swimming pool, and purposely attempt to drown themselves, because steel being heavy, they want to prove it by going down a swimming pool while wearing the steel helmet without proper breathing equipment. So, point proven, because the guy had difficulty getting up after going down the swimming pool with an actual steel helmet on his head. But I wear a durable helmet too, but we don't do that. We don't do that. And I was just watching the video and going, wow, humans are interesting. So yeah. Kinnikuman, yes, the pro wrestler comic, actually. The one where he wrestles with other superpowered wrestlers. Yeah. No, it's not a full-size costume. It's just the helmet. The helmet of Robin Mask, a character from Kinnikuman. right? It is excessive, but I do get worried because you can see on the video the guy wearing the helmet who goes on the swimming pool. He was flailing, you know. After about I don't know how many seconds, he was flailing while trying to remove the helmet. But due to the pressure of water and how heavy the helmet is, he couldn't take it off. So divers had to go in there to pull him up immediately, only for him to finally not have water pressure to take off the helmet, and the helmet sunk to the bottom of the swimming pool, which is bloody hell. Yeah. Don't do that in real life, by the way. Do not swim while wearing a helmet. I do not approve. But that is quite the tale. Other than that, I am currently living in Osaka, and it has been, pretty interesting so far. Although it does come with some fun moments, like when I went to Osaka, right, I was warned by people that Osaka isn't like, the rest of Japan, where supposedly Tokyo and Kyoto is polite, and Osaka is just the exact opposite. They warn me Osaka is noisy. The nightlife is very lively in Osaka, and they were correct. Osaka is noisier compared to the rest of Japan by a huge margin. And I actually quite enjoy it because they are the complete opposite of what we expect of Japanese people, Whereas they are often portrayed in popular media as being shy, timid, not talking so much and all that jazz. Well, that might be true for some parts of Japan. I dare say that Osaka is the complete opposite because you find everybody just smiling, laughing, and talking every day, and every day enjoying themselves. Obviously louder than the regular Japanese, but hey, it's Osaka for you. And the first night I was in Osaka, right? I met both the rudest Japanese and the most polite Japanese I have met for the first day in Japan, right? The most polite Japanese, right, was my taxi driver. I did not know how to get to my apartment for the first time, so he went all the way to search the right address for me, which took about 3 hours. And he even carried all my luggages with me all the way to the 5th floor. And he didn't charge extra, so that's a taxi driver for you. On the other hand, on the first night, the same night where I encounter the friendly taxi driver, is the same night where I also encounter an absolutely drunk Japanese man who screams at his wife to open the door for him. Unfortunately, I must bid you adieu. Alright, see you, take care, and no, you are not stealing my blueprints. Thank you. Osakans must terrify the rest of the Japanese. In a way, they do. Mama Gold actually went to an Osakan shopping center, and she chat up with one of the attendees there. They get to talk about plenty of things, and until when it comes to the subject of when it comes to the subject of the difference between people of Osaka and people of Tokyo, the Osakan shopkeeper in the mall just straight up say, Tokyo people are extremely cool. And she just straight up said that. And you'd expect that Japanese people are going to be more polite, but she just straight up say, Tokyo people are very cool. And my mama cool just jaw drop. You know, mama cool jaw drop. So yeah, that's a thing. Hey, welcome. Do not be sorry for being late. It just means that you'll probably come much earlier next time. Who knows? But Xiao, is it? You have a picture of Bonivia over there. Are you a big fan? Osaka seems more lax. Very, actually. I'm honestly happier in here compared to other places. Even though I occasionally travel between my apartment and the Cosmic Nebula, which is where the stream is happening, I would take living in Osaka personally more than other places in Japan. But although that's a bit, that's a bit of a general statement. Hey, welcome. Joel, hello, welcome. Yes, my day has been going well. I'm having sake. It's almost 10 o'clock at night. In Japan, I should probably rest very soon and, prepare to have my beauty sleep. But we still have a few more minutes, so we'll keep on going. Because I do try to discipline myself by trying to talk more during these free talking streams. I thought a Zatsudan would mean that I could talk about, because I talk about whatever I want, but somehow, when the stream starts, you just forgot what you want to talk about. Maybe, just maybe, I will have to write bullet points for speaking topics next time. That's a homework for me. Good thing to do. You're a fan of him. He has quite an impressive range of voice, isn't he? I do enjoy watching him from time to time. Yes. Random question. How do you travel to one planet to another? By flying or a cosmic boat? A cosmic boat. I have a spaceship. Not a cosmic boat, but I actually have my own personal flagship. But that doesn't stop me from floating as much as I want in the middle of space, because I can. But maybe someday, if I am comfortable enough with each and every one of you, I will show my flagship, my personal spaceship, the interior and the exterior. Right. There'll be a promise. Of course. I could never get away with it. I mean, you could consider my flagship to be a cosmic boat, when you come to think about it. Robots can have beauty sleep? Well, of course. Even robots need their beauty sleep. How do you think I get this excellent golden complexion? By having my beauty sleep in a regular basis. What tag am I gonna be perusing in? I am not answering that. It's a sponsor. I do not peruse RoboHub. No sir, no. It's a sponsor. I'm not perusing it. Nope, sir, definitely not. No. I am a knight of honor. I do not look at I don't use my sponsors? Well... Okay, stream is over. Good night, everybody. I hope I'll see you again on Wednesday. La di da da dee do do.